Welcome to the Hindu. We have with us Rajiv Pratap Rudy, sitting MP from Saran Lok Sabha constituency. Sir, tell us something about your Lok Sabha constituency and the challenges you are going to face.
Well, journalists ask this question that what challenges are we? Election is a challenge. Heat is a challenge. Connecting, organizing 1.8 million to vote is a challenge. But this challenge is constant. It has always been there in the past election. And this is my good 40th year in politics. And I stay in a village. And I think that when you mean that political challenge, then please like to state on record that the challenge which you are mentioning has just emerged as a candidate 10 days ago in this constituency. So you'll have to match that challenge with my 40 years and 15 years. I have been in parliament for, this is going to be my 5th term in the Lok Sabha if I get elected, twice in the Raj Sabha, once an MLA. So I think that question is slightly out of place.
You defeated Rabri Devi and now their daughter Rohini Acharya is contesting against you.
Well, the contest is not against the daughter, because if she was an independent identity, not being the daughter of Lalu Prasad Yadav, I don't think anyone would have even come across. This contest has always been against Lalu Prasad Yadav. And she's just a mask. In Hindi, what we call a mukhota. So that's the fact. And somehow Laluji is obsessed about putting a family member against me always. Sometimes his wife, sometimes his in-laws, sometimes himself. I do not know why he's so obsessed. He wants to see me defeated. Well, of course, he makes a full effort. Now, Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav never used to come to Chapla. Now he's come and camping in Chapla. Why? Why this hate against Rajiv Pratap Rudy? Why does he feel? He's an outsider, by the way. Most of the people don't know he doesn't belong to this district. I belong to this village. I belong to this district. He is far off from somewhere in Gopalganj. And I would really like to understand why does he want to always fight against me and pitch his daughter or his wife and things like that. I'm intrigued.
I have read several of your interviews in which you take pride in claiming yourself as a local boy at that.
Well,
whereas Rohini has come all the way from.
It's a question of the address. People say I'm good or bad, but he stays in a village, he stays in a rural area, and because of me, there's round the clock electricity, good roads, internet, ambulance services. People are happy, they can approach. The candidate did not have an address in this district 10 days before, and people say she will not have an address in this district after the elections. Naturally, it's a question of an address. My address is a local village, Amnaur, Harnarayan, Amnaur, block. She doesn't have an address. So this is being questioned very severely by her own voters, her own supporters, that if you wanted to contest elections, why didn't you come maybe 6 months ago or maybe 5 years ago? So it's a matter of trust and faith. And Laluji is not in the physical health to deliver. And they don't trust her. So it's a peculiar situation.
Your rivals are saying that this time you'll be grounded because you are a pilot.
Every flight which takes off has to land safely. And people have a trust in me that he takes off well and possibly he lands well. And that is the purpose of that. And because it's a fact, it's just no misnomer. It's a fact that I'm the only politician in the world, possibly in the world, who wears a uniform, who is in the cockpit of an Airbus 320. He flies planes reasonably okay. And he's the only parliamentarian in the world who flies. So a fact is a fact, you cannot deny it. And I take pride, and my colleagues in parliament, my members of parliament, my colleagues, my bosses, all take pride in the fact that, look, we have a member of parliament who is also a fully qualified commercial pilot, flying one of the largest airlines in the country. Don't you feel nice about being a Bihari, that a politician is also a pilot, a disciplined pilot?
Sir, most of the BJP leaders are dependent on Prime Minister Narendra Modi for their victory. Are you one of them?
Not most, 100%. Let's not be confused about anything. This is Mr. Modi's election, and he structured the entire policies, entire schemes, entire delivery, and he monitors it. We are just agents or a supervisor or a person who can carry. But he is amazing as far as planning things are concerned, mentally, and rolling out schemes. And we are just the beneficiaries of that. And today the Chapla has investment of 36,000 crores, and I take pride in it. It's all because of the Prime Minister, his vision. I bring those schemes, allow them to come down to Chapla. And possibly Bihar. In Bihar, I would be the district which has the highest investment on infrastructure.
There is allegation on BJP that your party uses the central agencies like CBI, ED and IT against the opposition.
Well, I do not know. There is a chief minister here, Mr. Lalu Prasad, who was sent to jail by the ED, by the CBI, of course. You know which government was there at the center? The same opposition which sent Lalu Prasad Yadav behind bars was at the center, the Congress government, the UPA government. So that was okay with them when they were doing it, if that was so. They are a part, these investigating agencies are a part of the government, the constitution, and they are independent to act. If they were fair then when Lalu Prasad Yadav was put behind bars, they are fair now also. And I think this statement is incorrect.
Lalu Prasad Yadav is continuously saying that constitution is in danger.
Well, the constitution has been in danger when Lalu Prasad Yadav has been the chief minister of Bihar. Wherever he moves, he's not a political party, he's a, how to say. So the constitution is in biggest danger in Chapla. I have seen in the last 35 years. The biggest danger to the constitution is pot calling a kettle black is Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav ji. I know him well. I have fought against him. Now he recognizes me. He never recognized me as a political entity for 35 years. Possibly at the fag end of his life, he does say that Rudy is a politician. And I really don't want to make any comment against his daughter. His daughter is like my daughter. She is absolutely a daughter. But I do not know why Laluji always has to do these experiments of putting one family member or the other against me. I really do not know.
Last question. The Saran Lok Sabha constituency has become a hot seat at national level.
My only submission here is that it has always been a hot seat for the last 40 years. If you look at Chapla, if you look at the history of politicians here, if you look at the association in politics when I was an MLA, when I became an MP, what happened in 2004 against Lalu Prasad Yadav, how this whole parliamentary constituency was countermanded then, how re-elections were done. If you look at 40 years of Chapla, it has been a hot seat. It's not a new hot seat. So what you say is not today. As long as Lalu Prasad Yadav ji is present in Chapla, it's a hot seat.